Welcome to Relax with Facts. Today, we're diving into the unique connection between you and your houseplants. Houseplants have accompanied human life for thousands of years. Long before cities, screens, and artificial lighting, people lived closely connected to plants for shelter, nourishment, medicine, and emotional balance. Our survival depended on understanding the natural world and living in rhythm with it. Although modern life has transformed our surroundings, it has not changed our biology. Our minds and bodies still respond instinctively to plants in ways shaped by that long history. When plants enter our living spaces, something subtle begins to shift. A room feels calmer, more grounded, more alive. This response is not simply aesthetic. Research in environmental psychology shows that exposure to plants and natural elements can lower stress hormones, reduce blood pressure, and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the body responsible for rest and recovery. Even brief interaction with indoor plants has been linked to improved mood and reduced mental fatigue. The visual presence of plants plays an important role in this effect. The color green is especially soothing to the human brain. It requires less processing effort than many other colors, allowing the visual system to relax. Organic shapes found in leaves and stems contrast with the sharp edges and repetitive patterns common in modern interiors. These softer forms slow eye movement and reduce cognitive load, creating a sense of ease that we often feel without consciously noticing. Different houseplants contribute to this experience in their own ways. Some offer gentle visual softness, while others provide subtle physical benefits or emotional comfort simply through their presence. A plant like the monstera, with its large, split leaves, naturally draws the eye without overwhelming it. Its broad surfaces absorb light and soften a space, making rooms feel less rigid and more organic. Monstera plants grow slowly but confidently, often becoming a quiet focal point in a home. Watching new leaves emerge and gradually unfurl can be deeply calming, reinforcing patience and attentiveness. Plants such as snake plants and peace lilies are often valued for their ability to tolerate indoor conditions with little intervention. Their resilience can be reassuring. They remind us that life does not need constant correction to thrive. This sense of reliability can reduce stress, especially for those who feel overwhelmed by responsibility or perfectionism. Some houseplants support physical well-being more directly. Aloe vera, for example, has been used for centuries for its soothing properties. While often kept for topical use, its presence indoors also contributes to air quality and humidity. Aloe's thick, water-filled leaves store moisture, releasing it slowly into the surrounding air. Its slow growth and minimal care requirements make it a calming presence rather than a demanding one. Spider plants are another example of quiet support. Their long, arching leaves create a sense of movement without noise. They have been studied for their ability to help reduce certain indoor air pollutants and are known for being adaptable and forgiving. Spider plants often produce small offshoots or plantlets, which can be propagated and shared. This natural reproduction reinforces a sense of continuity and gentle abundance. Plants such as pothos and philodendrons thrive in a variety of lighting conditions, making them accessible companions in many homes. Their trailing vines introduce softness and flow into spaces, encouraging the eye to move slowly rather than jump sharply from object to object. This visual rhythm supports mental calm and reduces overstimulation. Caring for houseplants introduces a gentle rhythm into daily life, watering, checking soil moisture, adjusting placement, noticing subtle changes. These actions are simple and repetitive. Psychological studies suggest that such low-pressure caregiving activities can reduce anxiety by providing structure without urgency. Plants do not respond to stress or perfectionism. They thrive on consistency, observation, and care over time. Herbs grown indoors, such as basil or mint, add another dimension to this relationship. Their scent engages the senses directly. Aromatic compounds released by plants can influence mood and alertness, creating subtle sensory cues that anchor us in the present moment. Touching leaves, noticing texture, and recognizing scent further deepen our connection to the living environment. Houseplants also contribute to physical health in measurable ways. Through photosynthesis, plants absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, supporting healthier indoor air. Some species can reduce concentrations of certain airborne pollutants, while others increase humidity by releasing water vapor. Improved humidity can ease dry skin, irritated airways, and respiratory discomfort, especially in dry climates or during colder months when indoor heating is common. Beyond these direct effects, plants influence how we interact with our environments. Homes with plants often encourage greater awareness of light, airflow, and space. A fern placed near a window invites attention to natural light. A plant positioned near a workspace can soften the mental intensity of tasks, supporting focus and reducing mental fatigue. There is also an emotional dimension to living with plants. Houseplants offer a quiet form of companionship. They share our spaces, respond to care, and change gradually over time. They do not demand conversation or explanation. In moments of stress, loneliness, or mental fatigue, this steady presence can be deeply grounding. Plants such as rubber trees, with their slow growth and sturdy structure, can provide a sense of stability. Their presence anchors a room visually and emotionally. In uncertain or busy periods of life, this quiet steadiness can feel comforting and reassuring. Living with plants teaches attentiveness. Over time, we learn to recognize subtle signs: a leaf losing color, soil drying out, new growth emerging. This heightened awareness strengthens observational skills and encourages mindfulness. It trains us to notice before acting, to interpret signals, and to adjust with care rather than force. Plants also redefine our understanding of productivity. In modern culture, productivity is often measured by speed, output, and visible results. Plants challenge this idea. Growth happens invisibly before it becomes visible. Rest is an essential part of the process. Stillness is not wasted time, but preparation. A space with houseplants feels more balanced and human. Even a single plant can soften a room, reducing tension and creating a sense of intentional calm. A collection of plants can transform a space into something restorative rather than demanding. These environments support mental clarity, emotional regulation, and sustained focus. Plants operate on a timeline that does not respond to urgency. They do not multitask or seek stimulation. Observing them can gently influence our own pace, encouraging slower breathing and quieter thought. This shift supports nervous system regulation, which is essential for long-term mental and physical health. As you sit here now, breathing quietly, consider the plants around you, or imagine them if none are nearby. Consider the shared environment you inhabit, the air moving between leaves and lungs, the slow exchange that sustains life. This relationship does not require achievement or effort. It exists through presence alone. Our relationship with houseplants is simple but deeply meaningful. It is built on attention, patience, and time. Plants remind us that well-being does not always come from doing more, producing more, or moving faster. Sometimes it comes from slowing down, noticing what is growing quietly beside us, and allowing ourselves to grow the same way. In a world that often pulls us towards speed and constant stimulation, houseplants offer a gentle counterbalance. They invite us to slow our attention, soften our surroundings, and reconnect with rhythms that feel steady and reassuring. By sharing our spaces with living greenery, we restore a small but meaningful link to the natural systems that have always supported human well-being. This quiet partnership asks very little of us, yet gives back a sense of calm, continuity, and presence. And in that shared stillness, both plants and people are given room to breathe, adapt, and quietly thrive. Thank you for taking this time to slow down with us, and we hope you enjoyed this edition of Relax with Facts.